Welcome to the new video. What is a probability? So let us discuss in real life. When the two teams are playing a cricket match, initially they will toss a coin to decide whether to choose batting or fielding. Not only in cricket, but in almost all games, this kind of procedure will be there. So this probability concept comes here in this way, like in the tossing of a coin, we may get either head or tail. So in this case, there are only two events, right? So head and tail. So in this case, the probability is said to be having 50%. There are chances of getting heads 50% and tails also 50%. So like that, probability plays a key role in today's latest technology like AI. Probability plays a key role in learning AI also. If you know the probability, you can learn the course which is called as deep learning. And deep learning, if you are familiar with the deep learning, if you are well versed with deep learning, then you can learn machine learning. If you are comfortable with machine learning, then you can learn artificial intelligence. So AI is said to be having subset of machine learning, and machine learning is having subset of deep learning. This deep learning requires probability. So that is the importance of this probability. So if you understand probability clearly, then you can learn deep learning, learn machine learning as well as AI. So AI will predict, right? So that will be done with the help of probability only. It will be using different algorithms to predict events, and then it will feed these different types of how human beings will think to in prediction process that will be trained, that will be given to the machine. So with the help of this machine learning, and AI will predict how human beings think like. So with this introduction, I would like to continue with probability concept. I have given a brief overview of what is the importance of probability. Now let us continue. Probability is the study of chance of or likelihood of happening of an event. So it is just a study of chances or likelihood. So the event may happen or may not happen. So that is called as likelihood of the event happening. So there are three types of events. There are a few things like impossible event, definite event, possible event. So we will discuss what are these three types of events. Next, for example, when a die is thrown, what is a die? Die is nothing but it is having six faces, and there are some numbers on it, 1 to 6. So if you roll the die, there are chances of getting events like numbers, right? 1 to 6. There are only 6 numbers on the dice. It's having 6 faces. So which is impossible event in this one? Getting a 7 number. There is no 7 number, right? So it is impossible to get this 7 number. And which is definite event? Any number can occur. Any number can come from the 1 to 6, right? So that is called as definite event. Now coming to the possible event. So there is a chance of getting 4, right? 7 is, of course, it is impossible, but this 4 is possible, right? That's why this event is called as possible event. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all are positive events. And in the range, so this number of numbers are available in the range of the dice, right? 1 to 6 are available. So this type of events are called as definite events. Definitely this will come. And if you want to go for only possible event, you can take any number here, 1 to 6. Next, coming to the next point, the numerical measure of the likelihood of happening of an event is called as the probability of that event. So this is probability is nothing but numerical measure of a likelihood of the happening of an event. So the probability will decide. I mean, it will. Human beings can predict. It is it either it may come or it may not come. 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 come. Only one will come. Okay. Next, moving ahead, we will having different terminologies like random experiment, events, sample space. We will discuss point by point. An experiment that produces a definite results or outcomes is called an experiment. It is just simply called as an experiment, which produces results or outcomes. Results are nothing but outcomes only, right? So the one experiment which produces a definite results is called as an experiment. Each outcome of experiment is called an event. So this event is nothing but each outcome of an experiment. For example, in tossing a coin, getting head and getting tails are two different events. Okay. So the occurrence of heads and tails cannot be predicted exactly. We may get head or tail. We cannot predict exactly, right? So such type of experiments where outcome cannot be predicted is called as a random experiment. We learn about experiment and random experiment. The probability discusses with only random experiments. Okay. And what is called as event? The outcome of outcome of an experiment, whether it's a random experiment or normal experiment. Outcome is called as event. And next comes a sample space. What is a sample space? Sample space is nothing but all possible events collectively together. For example, in tossing a coin, getting head and getting tail. These are the two possible outcomes, right? That is called a sample space. And when you take toss two coins at the same time, so there will be sample space will be different because there are two events are occurring at the same time. So when a coin is tossed, both heads and tails have an equal chances of occurrences. Similarly, when a die is thrown, any one of the 6 numbers on its face can occur. All the 6 numbers have equal chances of occurrences. All the possible events collectively form sample space of that experiment. So I give you example, right? In the tossing a coin, head and tail are nothing but their treated as sample space. All the possible events. Now there are two more terms: equally likely events and non-equally likely events. We will discuss what is equally likely events. Events that have equal chances. Events that have equal chances of occurrences are called as equally likely events. And events that has no events that do not have equally chances of occurrences are called as not equally likely events. I hope this point is very clear to you. Equally likely events and not equally likely events. The one which is said to be equally likely, they have chances of occurrences are called as equally likely events. Those who don't have a chances of occurrences, they are called as not equally likely events. Now let us discuss in detail about this probability. For example, when we toss multiple coins, if you toss only one coin, what happens? You may get head or tail. But if you toss two coins at the same time, in the random experiment, we are tossing two coins. In that case, how many occurrences will come? How many outcomes will come? 2 outcomes. If you toss only one coin, 2 outcomes. If you toss 2 coins, 4 outcomes will come. If you toss three coins, 8 outcomes will come. If you toss 4 coins, you will get 16 outcomes. Like that, if you toss n coins, then the probability will be decided by the formula 2 to the power of n. Here you can see 2 means 2 to the power of 1, 4 means 2 to the power of 2, 8 means 2 to the power of 3, and 16 means 2 to the power of 4. It depends upon the number of coins. Okay, you can take the number of coins. In this case it is 1, it is 2, it is 3, it is 4. In this case it is n. So finally you can decide the formula of the number of possible outcomes will be decided by this formula 2 to the power of n. So this table shows you up to 4 coins only. For first coin you got 2, second coin you got 4, and third coin you got 8, and fourth coin 16. It's already there here only. Okay. This only I have a table in the form of table I given. Now let us see what are the possible outcomes in single coin. We'll get either head or tail. If we take 2 coins, both can be heads. One can be head, other can be tail. One can be tail, other can be head, and both are tails. If we take 3 coins, we can get all heads, 2 heads and 1 tail, 2 heads and other tail, 2 heads, 1 head and 2 tails, 1 tail and 2 heads. Similarly, like this, different combinations are there. And if you go for 4 coins, this many number of 16 outcomes are there. All heads, all tails, few heads and few tails. Okay. Now coming to the probability, how to calculate probability. Probability is the numerical measure of the chances of occurrences or non-occurrences of an event. Okay, so it is the probability is numerical measure that will measure the chances of occurrences or non-occurrences of an event. Probability of an occurrences of event, the formula is like this. Probability of an occurrence of event is equal to number of favorable outcomes of event A by the total number of possible outcomes. So we are calculating the probability of occurrence of event A, right? It is nothing but the fractional part of number of favorable outcomes of A and total number of possible outcomes. For example, if you want to calculate the probability of tossing a coin, so what could be the favorable outcome? Only one will be in single coin. Only one will be there, right? And what are the total possible outcomes? 2. So probability of tossing a single coin is 1 by 2. Like that you will get the formula for that tossing a coin only one time. Okay. So you have sample space. S is equal to how much? 2. You will be having heads and tails. Okay. And number of events, number of favorable outcomes is how much? We will call it as N of E. That is equal to only one, either head or tail. So total probability of A is equal to, this is the notation for probability. Probability of event A is equal to 1 by 2. So number of favorable outcomes is 1, either heads or tails. This is how you will represent sample space in flower brackets. And we will get favorable outcomes is 1 and total sample space is 2. So the probability of tossing a single coin is 1 by 2. Similarly, we will calculate the probability in the upcoming videos. So for time being, just remember this is the formula for calculating the probability of occurrences of an event. So like P of A is equal to N of E by N of S. This is the formula for calculating probability. P of E is equal to N of E by N of S. This is number of favorable outcomes in the random experiment. I'm sorry, this is not P, this is A. P of A is equal to, if you are doing a random experiment on the event A, then number of occurrences of event will be denoted by this N of A or N of E and total number of possible outcomes in that event, N of S. So this is the formula for calculating a probability. For example, if I want to calculate the probability of non-occurrences of event, you already know that probability of occurrence of event, right? So from that, you can subtract it from the 1. So that is nothing but the probability of non-occurrence of event. It is nothing but 1 minus probability of A. Okay. This is the formula for calculating the probability of non-occurrence of event. The value of the probability of an event will be in the range of 0 to 1 only. Okay. That is, probability is a positive rational number which is less than or equal to 1. It cannot be in negative values. And it will be more not be 1 also. It will be in between these two only. So just now we see 0.5 we got here. Okay. So like that, the probability will be within the range in this 0 to 1 only. It is not less than 0, not more than 1. It will be in between these two values only. So that's the end of today's presentation. If you have any doubts, you feel free to put it in the comment section below. If there are any mistakes, you can also ask in the comment section below. I intentionally give some mistakes in the videos so that you will respond in the comment section. So with this note, I would like to take leave from all of you, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And you can contact me through these two mail IDs, or if you want, you can contact me through directly my contact number, which is already there in the channel about section. So have a good day.